So we about to have nearly an hour of just Starfield. It might not be a full, 2 hours or a full hour for the showcase. But they gonna really have to show some extensive shit, some extensive stuff for me to be interested in this thing. Don't show us some stuff we done already seen. You have to put some new stuff in there. You have to.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do? And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
I'm gonna be real with you. I want them to give me like a straight half an hour of gameplay.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours.
It really depends on how depth
that we had the
they've
technology
made.
to create it.
It really depends on
From the
how
rocks
deep
at your
they've
feet
made these worlds.
To the mountains in the distance. To the people and creatures.
Because
that live
I
in
don't
these
need
worlds.
over 1,000 worlds to explore if they all
That
look
isn't
the
just
same.
a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
But I don't want to throw shade at it.
Realistically simulate the galaxy around you.
I mean, I'm gonna have to play the game and find
Our
out. I'll know
next-generation
within the
lighting
first
model
week or
uses
two.
real-time
'Cause
global illumination to light the world based on the type
people
of
can do
star
some
and the
crazy
makeup
things.
of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person.
Okay. That's already a plus in my
We
book.
love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources, do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Game looks. What was that? What was that? What was that? Yo.
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up, and you can view all that in your data menu.
Why do I get the feeling that
This
could
is
have been
the
a
hub
glitch?
for everything you're doing. From
I
your
want to
skills
say it was
to your
probably
ship, your missions,
the
and
ammo
your
he was
inventory.
using.
We love to pack a ton of detail.
It'd be
in every
hilarious if
object,
that was a glitch.
From all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship.
I want
We
to
have
see
companions and crew you
ship
can take with you.
customization, weapon
I left Vasco here
customization,
back at my ship,
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
any
and
abilities,
he can even say your name.
different
Let's head out.
weapons. Show me all of it, Todd. Want to see all of it, Todd.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
Bro, this looks amazing.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
This looks awesome.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space.
Oh, cowboy.
The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
Some areas where they may have made some cutbacks.
All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. This is the face of a brave runner here to
But I'm not
challenge
mad
the Red
at it.
Mile.
I guess I really just need to play the game myself
They are wrong.
to be able to give my true
the Crimson
opinion
Fleet. It always
of
has.
it. But so far,
In Starfield,
I like a
we're
lot of
pushing
what
our
I
cities
see.
and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who
wanna
spends
see this
hours in
game
character creation.
on
And
my
I think people are going to be
PC,
really
running
excited
on my
when they see all of the
3070,
improvements we've made.
on my 1440.
One of the biggest overhauls was done to
1440p
our character
monitor
generation system.
in
We
just
scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and
beautiful
ethnicities. And by
detail.
mixing and matching out that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Character creation, okay.
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point.
Bro, what if they
Your
were
journey
just
from there
like,
can
you
be
just
as
get the
detailed
presets
or
and
as
that's
quick as
it?
you want it to be. This new
Man.
system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we've ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine.
I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew and give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
I still want to see more gameplay.
It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Okay. Like, I want to see an actual full-on mission. And I want them to go further in depth into the weapon customization and the ship customization.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point.
Okay.
Which can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill.
Oh, that's dope.
Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks.
Intimidate 50 different people.
With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the Xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
What?
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
Oh, that's definitely me. That's definitely me.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
Yo, he got decked. Jesus.
That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone.
Yo,
My favorite part about being stealthy
that's me all day too.
is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
I love that it gives you so many different ways and
Fine,
options
I'll issue
to
you an
play.
access card.
I'm more
That's
of a
so
run and gun
dope.
player. I like doing a death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them. I like blowing stuff up.
This game is going to offer so many different playthroughs. So many different ways to play.
Exploration is a key aspect of
It's
all our
crazy
games.
because this is definitely going to be a
Starfield,
contender for
there are
Game of the
full
Year.
star systems
But
with
it's
new
up
life,
against some heavy
resources,
hitters.
and adventures.
Final Fantasy 16, God of
Our
War,
team worked
Tears of
hard
the Kingdom.
to strike a balance between
I mean, some
fun
heavy
and realism.
hitters this
We
year.
study data from
It's
NASA
like
and a
it's almost
multitude
like
of other
2017
sources
all over
to help
again.
us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring.
There's
derelict
ship
ships.
combat too? I mean, should have
It's
figured.
all out there.
It's like the ultimate space
Ultimately,
game.
it's about rewarding your curiosity. Because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness
Now,
of
I wonder
space,
how long the game is going to
you
be.
never know what you'll find.
Because Outer Worlds was a great game. My only gripe with that game was that it was just way too short. It was way too short for me. But I guess we'll see.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do.
So now we'll get into the ship detail. Yes.
You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports.
Is there crew management as well as...
Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here.
Jesus.
And you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav
This
drive
game
allows
has
for longer
too
distance
much.
space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want. The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting, or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's
Get into the
in-game ship
weapons.
manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms. Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look
This
like
game-
almost anything you want.
This game is
It's
so
a bit
detailed.
odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus, as I called it, where it had
not
like a giant tail to it.
Not a bad way to go about it.
And we've
if you
done
choose.
spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
There's going to be
And
so
while
much
you can build your
creativity
home among
from
the
this.
stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Come
Got any
on,
room on your
man.
ship for someone like me?
This game has so much.
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run.
So there is crew management.
And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs.
Dang.
This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
Oh, we're getting space detail too.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete
This is like the
control every step of
perfect
the way.
space game.
We've extended that
Because
sense
there's
of
not a
control
lot of
to
space
ship
games
combat.
out there that
It's
let
not
you
about
do
just hitting your triggers and fire your
everything.
weapons.
Like all of this.
It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster. Powering up the ground drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
Yo, this is awesome. This is awesome. A ship just rolled up on
Unlocking
him.
the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
Wow.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit.
You can loot
You
them?
can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap.
Yo. I'm sorry.
But you can also
This,
take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel.
thinking
and
about
boarding
all of
their
the
ship.
games that have come out this year. Wait, what? Did he just invade the ship?
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add
No
to your fleet and
way,
retrieve it
bro.
At any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planet side,
Every
there are
time
plenty
I
of
think
sights
it's
to
it,
see
they
and
add
stops to make
something else.
on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars. There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
I don't care about you.
Hello, stranger.
I don't
I
care
just
about your
finished
crew.
cooking up
I
some
don't care
food.
about your ship.
If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
I want
Some of the best moments are the ones you
your
discover on your own.
sandwiches.
The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about
She said,
going to
"I don't care
strange
about
new
anything,
places,
I just
meeting
want your
interesting
sandwich."
people, and getting sidetracked
Yes,
on zany
wow.
adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests.
and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path.
I
in this
have
universe.
no idea how long the
There are
main
over
quest of
1,000
this game is
planets
going
out
to be
there,
with
just waiting
with
for you to visit.
1,000 planets. It's probably going to have a crap ton of
We want
side
you to feel
quests.
like explorers.
That's going to make the
Breaking
game
ground on new
super
planets,
long.
Exploring every inch of a mostly
And I'm
untouched
talking
galaxy.
like Elder
We
Scrolls
want you
long.
to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear.
I want to get into
We're
a
giving
whole
you a massive
Starfight.
playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
Take out half the enemy squadrons, then invade somebody's ship and steal it. You imagine
Everybody,
just like
we were showing you
getting
so much
into the
stuff.
middle of a
but we
squad
thought we'd
fight
just
and then just
take a little break
sneaking
and
on
show you
someone's
something
ship.
a little bit different. You know, we put so much
And
detail
taking it
into our
over?
game worlds.
That
and we
would be
love
so
the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information. And we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took as much care and designed this case as we did to watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there, and it even tells the time.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
Control, this is Constellation Starship Frontier. Ready to start on your signal.
Not really much of a. I don't often buy a lot of collectibles. I'm very choosy or selective when I do. This might be one. I don't know. I'm not like that interested in the watch or the headset, but maybe the controller. Obviously for my PC. They threw so much at us.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
Kind of like Mass Effect.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
I can just tell that this is just going to be one of those games that's just like overwhelming in the beginning, because there's just so many things to do, so many different routes to take, so many places to explore. It's like you get in the world and it drops you in, and then finally when it, you know, gives you the reins to just go and do as you please, you're just like, what the hell do I do now? They did work on the combat. Damn! They did work on the combat. That was one of my gripes in one of the earlier showcases they had of
whether
this,
you want
and
to
it does
explore
look like they
and see
worked
what you
on
can
that.
find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters, we wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
This game looks so great.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts
There's
can be
base
built almost
camps
anywhere
too?
on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses, and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Oh my
Something cool
god.
we have this time is we have a new fly cam.
It's like they
where
thought
you
of
can toggle
everything.
between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric
They've
camera.
literally
which helps plan
thought
out
of
larger parts
everything
of the
to
outpost
this
and placing
game.
those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
They've literally thought of everything to this game. How is that possible? There's so much to this game. It's insane.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels.
This is what I was
ammunition
looking
like
for. Here we
explosive
go.
rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor.
Yep.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
Dude.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment.
That's me.
Gravity is different for
That's
each
about
planet,
to be
and
me.
boost packs are excellent for getting around.
All day.
And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero-gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser,
So they've
and can dish out
literally
some serious damage.
They've literally thought about how you would use the weapons in the different environments.
Whether you want to get up close and
gave
personal
you
with your own
options
two
for
fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger.
Jesus.
Starfield's got you covered.
This game has so much. It offers so much variety. If this game drops in September and it actually manages to pull off what they said, what they're telling us, and what they're showing us, it's automatically, it might automatically be Game of the Year. It very well might be. I'm not calling it, but I'm just saying, if they manage to pull all of this off, obviously it's a Bethesda game. I'm expecting there to be glitches and stuff like that, because there isn't a Bethesda game that doesn't have that. But if the combat is good, the exploration is good, the customization is good, the story is good, and the game drops and hits on all cylinders, it's getting Game of the Year. It very well may get Game of the Year. Yo, what was that?
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful.
Yeah, I'm not
that you've
saying
taken
that
the
it
time
is.
and spent it here.
The only
I
way
know there was
for it
probably a
to,
lot
it's
take
gotta
in. There's
hit
a lot
on
to
all
the game,
cylinders.
even more than we could show here.
Because
You
when
know,
you
as we
take
play
that
it, we're always
and
sharing
compare
these
it with
unique and
every
special
single
moments
other game
that only a game
and
like
what
this
you're
can
able
bring.
to do
When
in those
I
games
think about
compared
what makes
to
it
this,
special, it really is the
it's
people
in a
here.
league of its own.
This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate
The
team
only
that made
other
it.
game this
All
year
of
that
them
offers
putting something special of
complete,
themselves
like,
into it.
control over like
So let's
what
hear
you
some
can
of their
do
favorite moments.
and the way you play is
I
Zelda
love the
Tears of the
way
Kingdom.
that our final combination of all the new tech
And I don't
has
even
come
know
together
what
to
Final
create some of
Fantasy
the most beautiful
16 is going to be like,
sunsets
and
sunrises
that's
we've ever
dropping
had
in
any
what,
of our
a
games.
week?
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
Vast
I like to
is
use our
definitely
photo
the
mode
perfect
to
word
take
for it.
rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and, wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
You spend all this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets,
The day-night cycle, those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom.
the ending.
Beskar, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout. I laugh, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Let's go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Man. I'm really kind of surprised that they're actually able to stick to that release date. What was that in the corner? I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. I've watched some podcasts where people have just been like, yo, it's impossible for Xbox not to knock their showcase out of the park when they're comparing it to the PlayStation Showcase. And in their minds, the PlayStation Showcase was garbage. I didn't think it was terrible. There were a few games in there that I liked that they showed, but looking at the Xbox Showcase, I feel like there were less in the PlayStation one than there was this one. But even still, like, I'm not a fanboy. I'm just a gamer. I play games wherever I need to, wherever I go. Do I have preference? Yes. But still. Oh my gosh. This was an entertaining showcase, I will say. This was an entertaining showcase. I'm not gonna lie. It was, things were spaced out enough. It wasn't like 40 minutes worth of like a bunch of indie games that I just didn't care about. It was like, oh, here's a heavy hitter, and then 10 minutes later, oh, here's another heavy hitter. For a 2-hour showcase, I would say that the pacing was good. That Starfield Direct, oh my God, so detailed and gave so much insight to the game. If anybody was questioning on whether or not they would want to play that game, if this Direct didn't do it for you, if this showcase didn't do it for you, then I don't know what would. Maybe the game is just not your scene. And I would also like to say that I was hoping for, but I wasn't expecting Fable. But they started with that, and that was dope. That was dope. Fable was good. Avowed was good. Star Wars Outlaws, that's something that intrigued me. There were some other games in there as well. And then Starfield. Man. I'm excited for Starfield. It showed me everything that I wanted to see. And I can't wait to play it now. But anyway, appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Until next time. Peace.